yeah, bro, shit be wild out here. Like the only way I can explain it, Trent, is I fucked around and okay, hold up, because I'm gonna go inside and shit. But I fucked around and saw it was like raining and shit the other day, hard as shit. So I'm walking, obviously doing my thing or whatever. I saw a lady whipping down the street in a convertible with the roof down, with an umbrella, holding an umbrella. I'm like, bruh. Bro, I was crying. I'm sitting there like, yo, this city is getting out of hand. Bro, it was like a S-Class or whatever, Mercedes or some shit. I'm just like, bro, you in a luxury car. Your roof should be retractable than a bitch. Maybe she just didn't know how to press it or whatever. Like, this is like a kind of a bit of an older white lady. I'm just like, nah, bro. See, that's that bullshit. Because you be seeing some, I don't know if you ever see it, but some of these elderly people, they be in fucking clean ass Mercedes, clean ass Audis and shit, and they just be behind the wheel, just sitting there, just elderly as ever, just feeble as ever, and you're sitting there thinking, what the heck? You do not know half of the features on this car you do not know how to use, but that's your car. You chose to go get that clean ass Mercedes or whatever the case is, bruh. That's just some of the funny shit I see. I don't know if you ever seen some goofy shit like that.
That's fucking wild. Oh my God. I've never seen anything like that. That's fucking hilarious though. Jeez. Yeah, people out here are crazy. And as far as it goes with that, I see more with the old people and like cell phones and shit like that. Like, why choose to get like a wild ass cell phone with all these features on it if you don't know how to use it and you're just like out here like grappling with it? Like, I understand like how do you work this for like 3 fucking years now and you still don't know how to use this? Like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. It happens to all of us, apparently. That's what they say, anyways. If we're lucky, they say if we get old. That's what they say, anyways. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is.
But see, and that's the thing too, Trent, because if you're gonna be, because it's not about judging the elderly person and saying like, yo, why are you? It's just sometimes they feel like that's what they have to do. Like they fuck around and get these new cell phones, new vehicles, new whatever, and their grandkids or their kids themselves might be trying to teach them how to use it and stuff like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to grasp the concept real quick and all that. Like they might mess around and unfortunately, like it might take them months, damn near years to find out how to use everything. Like, but it's just something that like, it's funny to observe, although one day we might get there ourselves. Like as far as if we get elder in age, right?
Exactly. Like, oof. Don't even want to picture it right now. I'm still just like trying to look at this one day at a time right now because like, whew, geez, don't even want to think about being elderly right now.
No, I know. And it's just on the hypothetical side of the game because you're thinking to yourself like, okay, as I'm seeing this lady or whatever, I'm saying to myself, man, because it's you kind of feeling like, damn, like she like might not know how to retract her roof. It just kind of is what it is. But then you can tell she's kind of holding the umbrella and doing her thing because it's like there's kind of like no other reason why you'd be doing that. But it's just that's one of the like I also seen somebody who's out there like you know like what a Swiffer is, like those machines, like those little handheld things to clean the floor. Yeah, bro. Like it's one of those things where you might see somebody using that on like the windows of their car type shit, and you're like, nah, bro. But this is the type of world people, and it's like I don't even feel bad, like in the sense of being like, oh, this guy's crazy. Because I think about it like it looks outrageous, but hey, bro, people just have different methods to doing different things. We spoke about that on a previous episode, like using myself as an example when I said that I do certain things that other people might look at as crazy. But then when the result happens, they say, oh shit, I see why he does that. I don't know. It's just like, but because there's so many people in this city, bro, like you definitely see different things. Like, it's just different. It's just different. Like you encounter so many different personalities, bro. It just makes you. It just makes you
say
think.
that again. My God.
I don't know if you ever
Then
seen
again,
somebody.
like there's people around my town. Like I see, there's a guy. At first, I thought it was a kid just because of like how it is. Like it's a motorcycle. It's like a bicycle, but they like turned it into like a dirt bike, basically. But at first, I thought it was a kid, like a teenager. So I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty badass. You ride around that. You made your own bike. You ride to school and that. Blah, blah, blah. Nope, guy in his mid-50s riding around that fucking thing. I was like, man, like you are out here wild and doing shit like that. There's another guy who's made like a tent raft basically, and he like floated around on the bay and like all around the area all summer long. Like people were like, I saw him about 4 or 5 times out there doing it, and I thought that was really cool. That one, like that was just like something interesting, like some castaway shit. Except but he
Yeah.
sorry,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's dope
he
as
basically
fuck,
put a
bro.
tent on a raft.
Yeah, like it's some cool ass like engineering type shit. Like somebody made like even like how you're saying like Buddy on his dirt bike. For somebody to somehow put a motor on that, link it to the chain so that there you are not doing any pedaling. That it's just propelling. You have to add your own little fuel and shit. Bro, that's some smart ass shit. Although Buddy was 50, you don't necessarily need a vehicle. Like, I mean, at least if it's not snowing, it's not raining too hard, you don't necessarily need a vehicle to get around the city. That's dope as fuck. But it looks wild to somebody like you or me or whoever. That's dope, bro. Buddy with the tent raft. So you just see him out there trucking, just flying through the goddamn on the river or whatever, lake or whatever.
Pretty much just out on the harbor and whatnot. Like I saw him around a couple times. Like I saw him like loaded up. I think he had like a solar panel on it near the end, like and shit like that. So he could like do power and everything. So it's like powered and all that. I don't know what the whole story is with that. It was pretty big talk of the town this year. That's how fucking boring it is around here.
I
Somebody
feel you,
does
but
something that crazy and just enough people just whoa.
that motherfucker was Elon Tusk. That's who he was, Elon Tusk. Fuck the bullshit, bro. This guy's on his bootleg Tesla shit, bro. My boy trying to trip out and have the city talk. Oh, what's he gonna do next? The next thing this guy's gonna do, he's gonna have a lawnmower with solar panel on it. Buddy trips out and throws like a lawnmower on some type of like metal post in the middle of the lawn and like just has it self-cutting the fucking lawn on some like you know how Teslas be self-driving and shit. Bro, that's that type of shit, bro. Like it knows like the metal post like is connected to something on the lawnmower that so that it knows when to stop and shit. Like, bro, some motherfuckers be out here just on some genius ingenuity type shit. Just I'm gonna fuck around and invent some shit or just innovate some shit, just work on something that was already built. Like shit's dope, man. But we look at it as crazy. Although, like, don't get me wrong, somebody using a Swiffer Trent to clean their windows or whatever the case is kind of outlandish. But I kind of, if you don't have the like proper things, but you have a Swiffer that can reach kind of higher up or whatever, I get it. Like I get it. Motherfuckers be crazy, but this shit be happening.
Hey, if it works, it works, I guess.
That's kind of
whatever works, I guess.
It's kind of sort of how you have to look at it though, on some real shit, bro. But yeah, yo, another thing, bro. I saw my boy like this guy was walking down the street with his dog and shit, like, but I don't know, like he might have unfortunately been on lower times or whatever, but yeah, yo, my man had the dog with like a little bucket in his mouth and shit, just like walk like he had like the dog basically holding the cup. I was like, no, this guy's wild. But people was dropping money in that dog's cup, bro. They was tripping and shit. And I was like, yo, some people are just different. They're just different in the way how they live their life and how they choose to go by day by day, bro. Like this shit is different out here.
I agree.
But it's causing.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. You see all walks of life. What were you saying?
See all walks of life come through my store too, man. It's just like I see people who are like literally Homeboy I saw yesterday. It's just like, I just got out of jail. I got $5. Can you do anything for me? I was like, I wish I could, but you're literally $5 too short for like even the smallest amount of shit I can sell you.
Oh but, man, you have a 5 on you to just throw it down on a gram for him.
I in hindsight I should have, but I didn't. Anyways,
no, I just be asking because you're right. That shit's real.
I didn't even think about that at the time. But anyways, what was I gonna say? I've seen that. Like I've had a couple homeless guys come in, like I've got $10. What can you give me? I was like, here, I got a couple joints. These will do you right good. And had a guy and like had that all the way up to like some like upper echelon professionals in this town, like some like serious like people like just rich people basically that have a lot of
Yeah.
connections, and they just come. It's like, yeah, I'm coming to get some fucking edibles. It's just like whatever. I had a golfer. He was like a semi-professional golfer, and he said he liked the edibles to help kill his anxiety while he's playing golf, but he doesn't want to be too high or he's out of the zone. So he had to find something that was just like right in the perfect, like right in the sweet spot for him, so to speak. You know what
I
I
guess
mean?
that's I guess anxiety is never good to have, but I mean, if your anxiety is kind of not only, but mainly attacking you during the golf session, opposed to other aspects of life, I guess that's a good problem to have. Yo, man, I
Well,
need this to help me when I'm on with my 4-iron when I'm doing my swings and shit. It's like, hey, bro, I feel you. But nah, bro, like that's besides the point. I'm just making a joke about it. But yeah, bro, shit's real.
like it's crazy. Like you see everything. Like I've seen like just the way people like there's guys run around like motorized like scooters, like the two-wheel scooters and all that. I've seen guys like
Looking like a Vespa
seen
or
those.
whatever.
I've seen just wildness. There's a lady came in with her cat in her purse the other day. That was hilarious.
That's that shit though. Yo, bro, see, that's another thing too. Similar to what you just said. I was on a streetcar yesterday in Toronto. Like, for people who don't know, like the streetcar is kind of like an above ground subway, like little tiny versions of it. Like, but buddies just came on here. His dog had no leash, just walking up and down the streetcar and shit. I'm like, nah. But it was like a little cute little black dog, bro. I'm like, yo, nobody was tripping though. Like everybody was just looking at the dog and shit. Like some people were petting and shit, and it's never about being like on some judgmental shit. But it's like it's usually people who are kind of like, might be down on their luck type shit. Comes on the streetcar, it is what it is, bro. What I realized, and it ain't even on no snitch shit, but everybody on the street is like, yo, fuck the streetcars, bro. Like everybody just comes on that bitch, does what they want and shit. And be saying like, yo, make sure you pay, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's like, fuck that. It just comes on like not paying nothing. Everybody's just free as fuck. I'm like, yo, everybody got their
Yes.
bro, everybody got their mask on and shit. So it's like the way I see it, Trent, if everybody's gonna have their mask on and shit, like, and the government they basically had that shit coming. People going into the bank, everybody of course you have to identify yourself with maybe showing ID or whatever, but still, it's like shit's wild, bro. Like I'm surprised that, well, I mean, hey, you know what I mean? That more, robberies and shit don't be happening, but you don't want that to happen, obviously. But I'm just, hey, the government putting this mask mandate, that's that shit, bro. That's how people get held up out there in these. Like I
Dude,
said, man,
it
what's
was so
up?
weird putting a mask on to go into a bank the first time. I was like, this is fucked up. Like, what am I doing
Yeah,
here? Like,
yeah.
I had to stop and think about it. And then I go in and realize, oh, everyone else has one. Okay, we're cool. And the other thing was wearing a mask to a protest, because that's technically illegal in Canada. That's like 5 years in prison if you wear a mask and like get caught like basically doing that, technically speaking. So we wore a mask to the protest I was at last summer,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone there was wearing one too. So it was just like, this is fucking weird, but like we were being public health citizens, good solid citizens, and maintaining public health by doing that.
That's the thing,
Funny
right?
how
So it's
things
like,
funny how things change.
yeah, they gonna poke around and put bylaws in and things like that, different mandates. You can't like, and sometimes they're straight up just conflicting with prior laws, and you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, like how you just expressed, if you can't really be protesting with a mask on, but then they're saying you have to have a mask, and they're not saying protests are legal, you can technically protest with a mask on. Shit is goofy out here, bro. Like, and I don't know if we ever were to get super deep on that type of shit. It's like it's just like the times we're in, bro. Like depending on how you look at it, like shit can go left, unfortunately. Like the times where like seeing all the nonsense happening, like with different cultures, or seeing all the nonsense happening with this virus, it just makes you think about certain unfortunate events that are happening, and it's just like, man. But then at the same time, it makes you appreciate the good things that are happening in life throughout this nonsense bullshit ass time. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, bro. I don't think I was trying to like. I was having a conversation with one of the homies, bro, and like while talking to him, like I was realizing there's a lot of passive aggressive ass situations out here, bro. Like the way how sometimes people talk, like communicate with you, like there's got to be like more like concrete ways to identify this type of whole ass behavior. Like I don't know, man. Like like because like for example, if you had the choice to be direct, hey man, like I like hey man, like I appreciate when this and this happens or whatever, right? Like, and you're sitting there saying to yourself, okay, I'm gonna be direct, I'm gonna be transparent in what I'm saying. When people choose to like, oh, like I don't even know if like, because yes, you can choose to like, I guess omit information, like you can choose to like hold information, but I mean, when it comes to like your friends, quote unquote, or family, quote unquote, like people who you say you care about, my G, I don't know. It just makes you kind of think like, how do you identify this type of whole ass behavior? Like, it's just something I thought about after talking to my homie. And I don't know if it's something that you might have any idea as far as how you choose to identify it or somehow see it. So maybe certain methods. I don't know.
It's different around here. Like, I hate to say that with a lot of things, but like it's a small town. So sometimes being direct and being like gnarly and nasty, if it has to get to that, or like just confronting some people, sometimes even that doesn't work well because you have to see these fucking people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like you can just, you know, well, at the same time, you also don't want to like passive aggressive your way away from the problem the whole time. Like that's just, once again, it's a whole ass way to live your life right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Being accountable, you know?
so it's a fine line. So basically, it gets to a point where you just have to say, you know, enough's a fuck enough, especially around here.
I feel you.
Um, as far as identifying like the behavior, that's just, I don't know. You just know it when you see it, sort of thing. Basically, is how I've always looked at that. I've always been more of a like middle ground with it. Like I'm not going to be like super confrontational because I don't really like doing that, but I
Yeah.
also don't really want to fucking be passive aggressive. So I'll just like ignore you, basically.
True, but that could, depending on how you view it, that kind of could be looked at as passive aggressive, and it's I don't know,
Exactly.
bro. But it's not about saying it like someone's wrong or how you choose to deal with something is wrong. But I don't know. I just think like being direct, not even about confrontational, like oh I'm gonna fight you, but it's like, hey man, when you said that, what do you mean by that? That doesn't have to turn into a fight. Granted, the person you're saying that to or talking to is not no whole ass shit for real. If they're like, yo, man, when I said that, what I mean is this. Because sometimes they might say some shit like if you say, like, yeah, bro, I just got that job, blah, blah, blah. And they say, oh man, congrats on your little job. Nah, nah. Why you gotta say my job is little? Like, why you gotta put that little, like, why you gotta make it opposed to saying, hey, congratulations, I'm happy for you. You hit them with a, oh, nice, you got a little job, bro. Now you can, and then it's like you're identifying with the statement they're saying, bro, that's some whole ass shit you're doing right now. Because you're saying it's like a backwards compliment. You're saying congratulations, but you're throwing some little salt in there too. But
Mm-hmm.
so then for you to turn around and say, yo, bro, what do you mean by that? You're just being direct. You're not necessarily, because in my opinion, whenever like the homies, like if you're trying to have like, your homies like or if you're trying to support one of your homies or whatever, you can do that shit and not have to worry about his or her results. Like, yo, if I buy such and such as skincare products, I'm gonna fuck around and now that's gonna be money out of my pocket. But I don't think if you're on some hoe ass shit, you're being passive aggressive and shit, you're gonna look at it like that. But if you look at it like, yo, I'm just supporting the homie, I want to see them go further, motherfucker. Like in my opinion, that's one of the realest, most direct things you can do because you're being genuine with the shit and you're holding yourself accountable, in my opinion, you know?
Exactly. Like some people like they always say like your biggest supporter is somebody you don't know and your biggest hater is somebody you know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
true. Like it's
That's
true to
deep.
some extent, but like it helps to have like those people around you saying like, yeah, you're doing great, keep going, sort of thing. Or, you know, blah, 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 shouting your shit out, buying your product if you had that sort of thing, you know, supporting you that way or whatever else. So
Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of people talk that talk, but they don't walk that walk with that, especially. And I try to be these days about walking that walk, especially if I'm going to be out here saying, support your local artist, support your local whatever, and I'm not going to throw money down, sort of thing, or you know, not do this or that, or talk shit about so and so and scene, and it does nothing, does no good doing that unless you're like banter, like talking shit with like your friends, like at a bar or whatnot, and like just having fun and whatnot. That's one thing. But talking shit, like you know what I mean, like hating, that does no fucking good. And the difference between hating and criticizing, and like hating and critiquing, there's two different things there. But I'm talking about hating here. Just no constructive criticism, just being fucking toxic. It does nobody any fucking good, and it does nothing but destroy communities, destroys scenes, whatever you want to say, friend groups, everything. It's much easier, and it all ties back into what we're saying about being passive aggressive. All means about being direct with people, communicating your issues with people directly to those people at a certain time when you can do so. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I know,
Yeah, you
because
got to
some
find the
people
right
I know
time.
struggle with like communicating and stuff. Like I'm just a work in progress myself. I always had that issue, just being shy and whatnot. But that's something I'm doing. Like something like, especially in this relationship I'm in right now, everything that we have issues, we say like we're direct about it. We like come at, hey, is this the problem? Blah 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 sort of thing. We talk about it right then and there.
Sure.
That's, I think, the way to go in going forward with everything. I think is the way to do it, instead of just like schlubbing it off, sort of thing. And it means having some uncomfortable conversations with friends and families and loved ones. Like, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. Like, there's no two ways about it. If you want to get progress and you want to like heal, or you want to go further, sometimes you just have to have some uncomfortable conversations and like do some uncomfortable things. Like, it's like medicine, right? It's not tasty and it's not, doesn't feel pleasant, but it's going to heal you at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the ultimate goal, right? Trying to have healing, more positive connections and shit like that. Because like a few things you were saying, man, just the fact of having those uncomfortable conversations and being direct isn't always about being confrontational, like to like having the intention, like, oh, I'm gonna fight this person. And yes, you have to find the right time. You like there is not always a correct time to grow, so to speak. But sometimes you got to just make that choice. Hey, man, I'm gonna just using a random name. I'm gonna talk to my homie Jesse about this shit tomorrow. And then tomorrow when you see Jesse, you actually go and confront, or not confront, but go and actually talk to him about it. That's the type of shit that you got to do though, because otherwise you won't grow. You won't, whether it's get the answer to something you were trying to get. You won't. There's things you won't unfortunately get to accomplish. And holding yourself accountable, my good guy, like that. That's the type of shit that real motherfuckers get to live that way. Like when you hold your good or bad, when you get to hold yourself accountable, Trent, yo, man, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing out here. I'm not living right. Let me change my ways. Or, yo, man, I'm glad I'm living this way. Shit, every day I wake up, I hit my check marks, blah, 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 blah. Bro, that hold yourself accountable either way so that you can at least see a little personal growth. That shit is amazing to me. Like, there's no other way, in my opinion, like, it's like there's no other way to attack this shit, because we don't, kind of similar to what we were saying last episode, we don't know when's the last day. So enjoy the shit out every day, be accountable. Don't have nobody being able to say like, yo, Graham was on some whole ass shit. This guy tried to holler at my girlfriend while I was with her, blah, 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 blah. That's some whole ass shit. But that's the type of shit that you can avoid when you're being accountable. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I agree. It's all discipline, and being able to look yourself in the mirror and not being disgusted with who you see, being like happy with yourself too. And that, like you said, it comes with like doing the right things and keeping yourself on track and being accountable, which is pretty much the best way to put it.
That's a fucking gem, bro. That's a gem you just dropped. Being disciplined out here, people. Being disciplined. That's a gem right there.
As coming from a lazy motherfucker who's been slacking on his discipline lately. Oh yeah, you need it, man. I've just been on autopilot from working so much these last week and a half. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like,
I know,
you just go.
the body's tired, eh? Body's
Like,
tired.
oh, I'm exhausted. I'm like, this is my early day this week, but like, man, I'm fucking exhausted. I have one day off in this last like 12-day stretch. It's
Hey,
fucked.
bro. Well, hey, you already know. I appreciate it, bro. Like just spending a little bit of time, having a little conversation, reflecting, catching up,
No
seeing
words.
how each other's doing. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
this is nothing, man. This I don't want to say nothing. This is like leisure for me. I'm sitting here playing with the cat, like talking
yeah,
with you.
man.
Like this is nothing to me right now. Like, man, I've had
Yeah, man.
after the last week I've gone through. Yeah, this is a cakewalk.
Hey, bro. Well, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Yo, me and my boys, we just was out here just having some banter, expressing some ideas and shit. Just trying to see what's up. But yo, holla at the people, Trent.
Today, 10 years ago, was the first day I started university, and I assume you as well too. 10 years
Yeah,
ago today.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
That
it's
shit is actually
fucking
crazy.
insane. I just looked at, I was on my Facebook memory. I'm assuming like first day of classes
Yeah, like he
today.
probably because we were. I remember we were doing
Rosh week,
freshman orientation from like early like September,
early
like
September.
could have been late August, damn near. Like, and
Yeah,
I remember like, bro, we were tripping. I was bugging the fuck, bro. That shit was funny as hell. But yo, time flies is what he's saying, bro. I was not like, wait, what am I saying? I'm high. Yeah, I was 19. I was 19.
literally my note, time flies.
Yeah, bro, that's the thing, bro. Time flies.
Fucking 10 years ago. It's crazy.
That's the beauty of it, though, Trent. But see, even with that being said, bro, like, cause I remember when we showed up out here tripping and shit. When like I saw you and Alex Poole walking up that street. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a court, like at the end, walking towards the university, and I was walking away from class. Yo, what's up, man? Bro, we was tripping, bro. That shit was cool, bro. Who knows? It'd start a bond. You know what I mean? 10 years. Shit,
Man, do you
10
remember
years
the
of a
first meeting?
friendship.
We were all had, I think it was like a philosophy paper we all had to turn in, and Alex and I
Yeah.
had both just literally just finished it, printed out. Okay, you good? You good? Okay, let's go fucking do this. And we both walked out, got in the elevator, and you were already in the elevator.
Shit was real,
And
bro.
we were sitting there like just blah 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 blah. And you was like, yo, I don't mean to like eavesdrop, but are you guys talking about blah 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 blah? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to drop this off. And we all just said, yeah, well, you were going to the same spot. We all just started chit-chatting on the way to the drop off of paper.
Yo,
And we
bro,
dropped
shit is
off the
real.
paper. You went to the gym, and then we're like, yeah, we'll see him down the road somewhere. I'm sure we all live in the same building. And it was like a week or so later, we were at like some party at my place, and I came out. It was just like, oh, hey, what's up? And you were like, oh, what's up? I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, I live here. Blah 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 blah. And the rest is history, as they say.
That's the shit. Yo, let my boy Trent tell it, bro. That's the shit. That's the shit that real homies. That's the bond real homies get made from. You know what I mean? Like because it's a genuine encounter. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, yo, man, this is the homie. This, that, and third. We chilling. I'm going down to this guy's room in our friggin' little dorm or whatever and shit. We blazing and shit, smoking
Damn near
hella
every day.
smoking Halloween, bro. Yo, but see that I'm just saying that shit is dope because time flies, people, and it's like you genuinely have to appreciate that shit because next thing you know, it's gonna be 10 years later, Trent, and we're gonna be like, wait a minute, we got, or that's kids or whatever. It's like, bro, we out here tripping. We got huge ass businesses and or whatever. Just a whole bunch of weed has been
Whatever
smoked.
happens from here
Yeah,
happens, basically.
it's just like we I'm saying certain things in the sense of just putting it in existence because I just want success for us and good health and shit like that, right? You know what I mean? Like good health first and foremost. But yeah, bro, like time flies, people. Be accountable. Try not to be a hoe ass individual, like with your behaviors. Yo, my name's Graham.
I'm Trent.
And this has been another episode of Ultra Fly Talk. Thanks for rocking with us.